What's up, gamer friends? I am back with another cast of SpellForce free game from the customs. Saylock has sent this to me, and here he is, in the orange color, playing as the Dark Elves. It's his main, that's what he does, he's pretty good at it. On the other side, we've got an unknown. This is a dwarf of all dwarfs. Yeah, not even playing dwarfs. That's pretty embarrassing. Very off-brand. Going humans here. And we've got the Royal Mage. We'll go through him in a moment, as well as the Guardian of Nor, of course, although you guys would have seen him in the previous casted game, which was actually sent by Saitama. But anyway, let's take a look at the build orders here. For our human player, we've got a hunting cabin, we've got double woodcutter, and we've got a stonecutter. So the humans could technically go for a rush build with like 2 hunting cabins and 2 woodcutters, and you'll pump out a lot of infantrymen, thus putting on pressure. But that's not what we're seeing. That's a combined Royal Mage with multiple spells. And takes out the Spectre immediately. Still, the Spectre manages to cast Mind Invasion on the Royal Mage, slowing him down a little bit. That does mean that on the other side, the Guardian of Nor managed to get a little bit ahead in terms of the pathing speed. And let's take a quick look at the Dark Elf build order. We've got a hunting cabin and triple woodcutter, I assume. Yeah, that's right. Priority on the hunting cabin so that you can get a lot of spiders. We've already got 1 infantryman, so that's going to slow down a little bit the scouting post upgrade timing. But anyway, we should be seeing here a stonecutter from our human player. Now let's look at the heroes. Finally, the time has come that I can explain the Royal Mage. He's such a good hero. He's been recently buffed, actually, just a few months ago. He wasn't used much, really, before that at all. Anyway, we've got Spark, which is just a normal fire attack, right? It applies some arcane scorching, make sure that you get the most out of that and don't reapply arcane scorching too soon, as it's a big part of the DPS. Hailstorm is a slowing spell, does a little bit of damage, so if you can target a lot of units, that's when it's best. We've also picked up Biting Frost here, which is a single target slowing spell. Does some damage. Does some pretty good damage, actually. It's pretty similar to Scorching, right? Then we've got 2 points that haven't been picked. We got the Deep Waters. And I would really like to see Fire Nova picked up, as well as Incinerate, to be honest. Incinerate has been recently buffed. It's pretty damn good, but looks like that's not what's going to be picked. Fire Might has been picked, though. So that will be great. Once you cast Fire Spike, it will create a weakening aura around the Royal Mage. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Guardian of Nor. Oops, follow cam, please. Guardian of Nor is a tanky melee hero. He's been capturing these flags. And Saylock is doing some really nice micromanagement here. Getting away from these zombies so that they don't slap him unnecessarily. All he needs is to cast the Soul Explosion skill twice, which then spreads across the enemies. So it hits multiple of them. Oh, is he gonna jump over the wall? I think he is. Let's do it. Oh, yes. So he's got a teleport spell right over here, the Soul Transformation. And we've got a single target damage debilitating blow, which also acts as an interrupt for the spells for the cast time. Now he's gonna harass the workers. That's all the left side skills then. On the right side, you got sacrifice skills. One of them reduces enemy armor. Other one increases, adds a healing speed to your units. So regeneration basically, and the third one is a soul charge, which is movement speed and attack damage. But for each of these, you have to sacrifice an enemy, a friendly. What? Words are difficult. Whatever. Okay, let's see if you can hit the stoners there. Doesn't look like it, but we're gonna go and shop. Saylock is buying level 2 armor and weapons and 2 potions. Whoa, that is a lot. And gets out of here. Really good pathing. Both players are equally split around the map, but you know, just making sure that the Royal Mage Oh, it has to go home there is great because the Dark Elves love to go wide. They love to buy all the bases up. And that is exactly what has happened in the meantime here. By the way, this base is so good for putting down your barracks. As there's no food there. Plenty of wood though. So you don't need to take your food buildings. Which means you have access to more workers. Those can be then used on the barracks. Everything makes sense. You also got Ice Might, which is actually a damage increase, I believe. Oh, sorry, it's an Enfeeble. That's what it is. So when they come into contact with him, they have reduced damage. And the Weakening, which is an armor reduction, comes from the Fire Might. Nothing else has been picked yet. There is no Deep Waters level 2 even. And we're chugging those potions like a champ. Dwarf over here just took down the Medusas. That's going to be the last of the creeps on the map. I'm sure Salok is doing the same on his side. Already 2 Medusas are down. So Dark Elves are a little bit slower with the creeping here. Only a few spiders have been really made. And I can't really see any loss of pain. Okay, we're going to use this sector. That is interesting because Salok doesn't really have the food. So I kind of would have liked to see him put some food here. So anyway, both players are getting their middle sectors. And that's very valuable because there's 4 types of resources here, including iron. Iron is going to be a tier 2 resource, so you have to upgrade your capital first, which is not cheap. But it looks like it's already happened for the Dark Elves. So we've got a bit of a fast tier 2 build order. And we've got an upgrading scouting post, so the iron mine will be placed down here somewhere. Humans are trying to come over to make something happen. No tier 2 for the humans at all. I assume there's gonna be up to 4 barracks in a moment. This one has not been upgraded yet, so... Yeah, humans are struggling a little bit right now with the output of the resources. Looks like it's a town center upgrade after all, so we're gonna go tier 2 off of just the 2 barracks. And the production of infantrymen has begun. A little bit of harassment against these workers is gonna be nice, as of course every moment that they spend not gathering, they're gonna be in a little bit of a pickle, reducing the overall income of our Dark Elf. A little bit of resources were gathered already though, and those are being brought back, processed, and then deposited, ready to spend. Both players are pretty low on resources right now, but Salok is getting close to 20 stone, at which point he can, you know, put down a Spire of Souls. We've already got an iron mine up here. Very nice. Down here, not so much, but that's okay. Maybe up here? No. But he's spending his resources, so everything's fine. Picked up the plague field, by the way, in the meantime, as we've got double blocking momentum now. The way blocking works in this game, the Guardian of Nor happens to have it because of this big giant shield giving him 10%. That's just an innate thing that you get. Actually, you could pick up the better version of the shield with the money he's got right now. It costs 2,500 actually. Anyway, this blocks for 10%. Every time you get a block, you block half the damage that's coming in, and with 10% chance here, of course. And now this skill comes into play because every time you block, you restore 75 health and 2 focus. Helps to keep the Guardian of Nor going, especially in terms of using his skills, which are actually really low cooldown. Now, the Dark Elves are going to be struggling to siege down the human bases, and it looks like our humans are establishing pretty well, taking all the key sectors, except this flag has not been upgraded yet, but I guess that will change soon. The objective of the humans here really is to build up arbalists, infantrymen, and just have a nice death ball, upgrading the infantrymen later for tanking and more damage. and then adding a bunch of catapults. That is really difficult for the Dark Elves to deal with, to be honest. And I'd love to see Dwarf do some of that. You can even hit 2 areas fairly easily, as the Dark Elves tend to have to protect to their bases very well. We got a Border Fortress. That is the highest upgrade level. The Dark Elves get that earlier than the others. So in tier 2, you can already have a max level Border Fortress with a lot of health, a lot of damage. However, it will cost you a lot of money. And you only get 3 workers per upgrade level. So humans get 4 workers per upgrade level. So you can fill up all your buildings, whereas the Dark Elves have a mix of 2 workers, 3 workers, and 4 workers per building. So it's a little bit awkward to try to manage that, but generally you solve it by pairing the 4 and 2s together. So hunting cabin and barracks and forge, those are typically speaking good ways to solve this. Whereas the woodcutter, stonecutter, iron mine, those all require 3 workers. I haven't seen the Spire of Souls yet, but Saylog always puts it in weird spots. There it is. It's the special resource for the Dark Elves. You'll be gathering the souls from the undead. And this harvester is actually tied to it. So that guy just keeps getting regenerated for free. They'll be picking up the souls. They'll fly back to the Spire of Souls. It processes it, and you can turn it into units. Now, you might be thinking, but that's an endless resource, right? And yes, you'd be right. It's endless, but you do have to kill your enemies. You can always make spiders, of course, because food is also infinite, which means you at least have some source of the souls, of echo, as it's called. It looks like this little group has tried to bully the frontier post, but that's way too little of an army, to be honest, for humans at this point of the game. I think Saylog might just have much better... Oh, excuse me. We are going tier 3. Humans have to build billets, so that is a little bit of a consideration here to do. Have we got a second stonecutter? Oh, sorry, a third one, because we already have one in the main. There's nothing here. So, rip. As you can see, the other bases don't have stone, so... You gotta put it here, here, or here, or in the main. Anyway, this is almost done. And once it's done, the humans can get champions. Now, the champions are Chads. They have a long spear, or a hammer. They actually start with a hammer. You can upgrade them to have a long spear. They hit 2 targets by default. You can upgrade that to 3. Looks like the Dark Elves are attempting a little bit of a sieging here. But the fortified outpost is going to be difficult to take down. Humans don't quite want to go back to defend it. They'll try to destroy an iron mine instead. But losing a base is way more impactful. I'm not sure Dwarf is prepared for what's about to happen here, unless all of these barracks are going to upgrade to drill halls and he can pump out the so desperately needed units. At least he can put a stop to the iron mining a little bit, so that's nice, but surely Saylog has got a significant advantage here, right? He's not gonna get stuck or anything, so I'm not sure what happens next. Sleeper's such a good unit, causes bleeding to enemies, so whenever he hits someone, they just get a little bit of damage over time on top. And you can upgrade them to hit 3 targets at a time, so one of the best upgrades in the game, if not the best. We've got double border fortress now for our Dark Elves, protecting their iron bases. And several fortified outposts as well. So it has been upgraded, so it's a really good spot for additional barracks. Or even dark temples, that is one of the great buildings of the Dark Elves that can produce the advanced units. Okay, here come the champs. Humans have got to take this back before Saylog upgrades that. Luckily for humans, wood is currently not something that he has access to. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm gonna attribute it to walking times. I don't see him placing down too many buildings, honestly. Like, okay, he made the 2 iron mines, but besides that, what's going on? Oh, he's making a dark temple. That'll do it. These cost 30 wood. Pretty spicy. There, we got a bunch of champions now. Dark Elves will not be having an easy time against this. Not sure if that teleport was necessary. I mean, the Iron Mines were going to go down anyway, and Dark Elves aren't going to attack a border fortress with 14,000 health. They're just going to be happy with the fact that they've taken down the Iron Mines and GTFO, really. they've gotten the job done. Aria is being gathered here by the humans. So that's going to be pretty nice. That's the tier 3 human resource. It doesn't need refinement or anything, so you've got the distillery and that's it. It's going directly into the pool after that. Whereas the elves, they would be gathering the Lenya leaves, which are right next to the area, right here, the blue things. The blue plants. Those have to be refined, so you need an additional building in addition to the collection one. Humans don't need to deal with that. Well, having access to that upgrade, I think he does have it, yeah. Does have enough resources, just a little bit of iron missing. And sweeping strikes will give these guys their spears. Then they'll be able to hit 3 at a time. Humans must be, sorry, Dark Elves must be still pretty far from tier 3. It looks like Saylock doesn't quite have the stone yet, but he's also not very far off. I would really like to see him get to tier 3 here, because unlocking the tier 3 units like Striders, these guys can cause bleeding damage and benefit from it as well. So if they hit a bleeding target, they are actually going to have a lot higher damage. They are ranged. It's very good for sniping stuff. Of course, in the Dark Temple, we're making the Scions at the moment. Saylock is. These little balls of steel will be exploding on impact. And if you upgrade them, they'll knock down the enemies too. Once they're knocked down and bleeding, you can hit them with Striders in tier 3 and finish them off quick. Okay, there we go with the upgraded champions. Dwarf of all dwarfs probably would want to spend that Aria on something. It's got quite a bit of food, so would like to see Mentalist from the humans. That's a mage type unit. Typically speaking, just effective against low tier stuff. As they also have AoE. It's a nice replacement for Arbalist. The humans don't quite have the numbers yet, I think, to engage, but they can take down the Woodcutters and stuff. Just get out of here, like... Oh, didn't take it down. Even had a teleport, like, you know, you can just commit to the buildings and teleport out, then you're fine. Now, Saylock's gonna be able to recycle this thing. Yeah, look how many resources he gets out of it, like... That building was dead. Oh, man. We got like 6 wood back. Alright, right-clicking the border fortress, I don't know about that. Probably don't do it, dwarf. This past tier 3 is hella spicy. Neither player has been able to reach level 5 on their hero. Like, how silly is this match? Tier 5, level 5 is very important because you'll be able to get your ultimate skills, which is Starfall for the Royal Mage here. Drops a meteor from the sky, deals massive damage. You can kill an entire clump of units if you hit with it. You combine that with Hailstorm. Hailstorm will be slowing everything down in the target area, so you'll be much more easily able to hit the Starfall. And for Saylock, We'll take a look at that as well in a moment, but he's basically got like a damage protection spell. Creates a shield around him. It's called Soul Shield. You sacrifice a unit. Oh, wait, the weakening is pretty good there. Gets a very nice soul explosion on the unit, and it looks like level 5 has been reached for both now. Lots of souls left behind by the humans, and he didn't get to do much, so here goes the harvester, and he's gonna be slurping up all of that soul. Oh. That was slower than expected. Anyway, the skill is here. Soul Shield. You really want to pick that up. And arguably, you really want to pick up Soul Explosion level 2 as well. But yeah, this one provides extra 25% resistance of each type. Extra attack speed, extra attack damage. Very potent skill. Okay, Dwarf did get Starfall. Did get Absorb the Elements as well, which will significantly improve his power levels overall. Attack speed as well will be improved. Oh, he did Starfall. He's doing Absorb the Elements. That didn't do that much. I think he did it in the wrong order, actually, because Absorb the Elements would boost him like by 16% for each level, right? So you can see he currently can shoot 3 projectiles. That's doing pretty great damage. Currently, Dwarf for 4 Dwarfs is on 80 population, Saylok just on 60. So this fight did not go well for Saylok whatsoever, but he's gonna have a lot of souls out of this. Oh god, the Soul Harvest is so good here. Triple Spire of Souls is gonna process it all. And maybe tier 3 can be unlocked soon by Saylok or something. Yeah, he's on it. Got 94%. And once you can pair the sleepers with a bunch of striders, everything's gonna be so much nicer. I'm not sure about these basilisks. They are so expensive. And, well, actually, Saylok can't afford them. So that's good. But he'll be needing the striders too. I'm just not sure the basilisks are right in this moment. Maybe the Guardian of Nor will be able to handle everything. Saylok also really needs to start up the farming. Because if you run out of huntable food, you'll just be in a lot of trouble overall. These farms take a while to build. Okay, we've got our Mentalists. If you upgrade them, they'll also be slowing down enemies. And in addition, we also have Flag Bearers. So these have 2 modes. You can turn them into offensive or defensive stances. And they'll be increasing the attacks and armor of the units around them. Very impactful on the champions, of course, as they already have high stats. Now Starfall happening. But I think the Dark Elf army is having more trouble with the actual units than the spells. First Twisted ones are out, so that's going to be very helpful against the Royal Mage in particular. And if it can hit any target that is bleeding, which there should be plenty of thanks to the sleeper, it will also be able to create a weakening effect on them, reducing their armor. But for that you need an upgrade. Here, Harvest the Weak. That is not yet done. But it's on the way. Aim for the Wounds is also on the way. That's the first thing you basically want to get, because Striders do 250 damage each attack when they hit a bleeding target. So if they also can themselves apply it, that's even better. Then you don't need the sleepers anymore. For the moment, we've got a bunch of sleep. Oh god, a lot of the high tier units are getting picked off just like no problem at all. 3 Twisted ones dying for nothing. Several sleepers and at least 2 striders, and the basilisk went down for what? For 1 champion? Like, that's totally worth it. Well, let's see some kind of weakening in the middle of all this so that the basilisk can do work. Currently, he's not very impactful as he's got siege damage, and siege armor is very high across the board for regular units. Buildings, however, have minus 50% of that type of resistance. Now, after weakening, we are talking about 50 total. Guardian of Nor can slowly go to town. And he's dead. Should be a massive soul harvest though. The humans have to get out. Oh, that's a lot of echo. Oh my goodness. Now let's see where these skills are going. Saylock currently has 4 points available to spend. That needs to be done instantaneously. Dwarf has used 4 points on Arcane Force. No level 2s of anything here. So this is a power multiplier that just makes your spells and normal attacks stronger. Obviously very useful overall. Got a lot of border fortresses and stuff. More on the way. Farm transition on the way as well. Good lad. Where are we going? Oh, to shop. Speaking of, what's the equipment here? So we've got the tier 3 weapon, I see. And we're gonna have the Sacred Rite Ring, which is an ability cooldown reducer. Very nice. Royal Mage does have a use for that. We've got the tier 2 armor as well. And yeah, getting the weapon here is good because, like I said, absorb the elements here can create massive attack speed bonuses, and if your attack is higher, that's great. The Arcane Force has been maxed out too, so everything aligns in that sense. Saylock has still not spent his 4 skill points. That is huge. God. He hasn't picked up his level 5 stuff. He's got a really good army though, so I guess he could make this work, but the human army are getting a little bit bigger over time now. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make that happen just yet. Saylock is getting closer to 200 population though than our humans. We've got the market up as well for the humans. I don't think we're quite in the territory where that can be used. Just not enough. You could sell the Ari, I guess, to get food. That could be fairly efficient. A lot of farms have been built, and I would say some of the buildings could probably chill and do something else. Yeah, we still got the initial woodcutter here, for example. Like, look how far the workers have to go. I can't even see them. They have to go all the way here. Oh, man. Okay, a fight should begin. Looks like the basilisks are sieging the ground next to the fortress, which will also hit the fortress. And we've got a very nice arc from our Dark Elf player. Let's just take a look at this in this full screen way. Looks like it's way too much for the humans. I don't think Dwarf of all Dwarfs is going to be able to make this work whatsoever. Every unit is getting picked off. Oh, and the Soul Harvest is, of course, coming in to finish it off. Dark Elves are going to be so rich after this. Taking all those resources for themselves. And coming back with yet another army, they'll be easily able to go to 100 population and get a lot of Scions, the Boss of Steel unit from earlier. If those connect to the hero after the upgrade, the hero gets knocked down on his butt for 3 seconds. That is a perfect opportunity for Striders and Twisted Ones to snipe him. Remember, he's bleeding after the Scion hits it. The Striders do more damage. Since they're bleeding, the Twisted Ones will be causing a weakening. That will also make the Striders do more damage. It's a deadly combination. There's just no other way to put this. All these buildings getting taken down as well is fantastic for the Dark Elves. Look at all these resources now lying around on the floor. These will be picked up by the carrier workers that get spawned from this Dark Ensign. Oh, and of course, another Soul Harvest, because why not? Saylock at 145 population, working hard to get out further units. We've got the Emissary of Nor as well now. Fantastic. So these guys, girls actually, necromancers anyway. Coolest looking unit in the game, if you ask me, but nobody asked, so Moving on, very high magic damage. And they can summon skeletons from the dead. There's a lot of dead. You have infinite army. Again, fantastic art from our Dark Elves. Yeah, make that Guardian of North tank. Put something in front of those Striders and Twisted Ones and you're golden. Even if it's just a bunch of spiders, that's fine. He lost a hero again. Well, hopefully this time around Saylock will pick up the skill points that he hasn't been. Champions are just something else, especially if they're empowered by flag bearers. They can turn this game around still, but there's not much time left for it as the resources will be running out. So Dark Elves, like I said, don't care as much because they have access to the Echo resource. Echo does not run out as long as you can kill stuff, as long as you can sacrifice stuff. Actually, at the Spire of Souls, you can literally kill your own units to get souls from them. So you can just keep making tarantulas or specters to get that done. Speaking of specters, the early game scout unit that we haven't seen Saylock remake. If you just make a bunch of those, you can slow down the rate at which the champions can chase you. They literally slow down the speed. They have an ability where they do an AoE speed reduction as well. And if you stack the normal debuff and that ability, they get reduced by, what is it? Is it like 50% together? You can kite them for days. Like they'll never catch you. You'll probably sacrifice the Spectre along the way, but that's okay, right? Okay, skills. Saylock. Please, I beg you, Saylock. No. Kill me. Dwarf for 4 dwarfs might be able to pull back into this game if Saylock doesn't upgrade his hero. I mean, you can win with pure army, sure, but is that really how you want it to go down? Nice teleport forced. So now Dark Elves can just go around there. And now we've got a bunch of Scions, so that is a great helo deleter, like I explained before. We've got quite a bunch of Harvesters who have been upgraded for health. So now they have 750 health instead of 500. You can literally use them for tanking because they just respawn. Right, you don't have to spend any money on them, it's cool. In fact, make more Spires of Souls. Not enough. Never enough. Also, by the way, the closer you put your Spires of Souls to bases, the faster the workers will carry the Echo. So highly recommend watching out for that. Oh, are we gonna get a nice teleport with all these Scions ready to knock down these baddies? Or goodies, depending on your point of view. I don't think that's what Saylock wanted. Now his army is in 2 places at once. Humans will be destroying this base. They can claim it. Unlocking the 400 iron that's still there. My goodness. Plus the stuff on the ground, of course. Yeah, that's brutal. But keeping the balls of steel ready to go. Oh, no, 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 no. They're going into the carriers. Oh, God. Oh, God. You want to put them on the defensive mode. Only 4 of them are left. That is disastrous. Oh, the hero with 201 magic damage is able to pretty much 2-shot them. He's exactly able to 2-shot them. And because he shoots 3 projectiles, he can 2-shot 3 of them. That is insanely good. And good micro from Dwarf targeting them. Saylock trying to stay ahead of the game, but he doesn't have Specters, as I pointed out. Those are a key unit to try to take the champions down. And they're faster than range units, so the Striders and the Twisted Ones are eventually gonna be picked off. This ain't good. Look at this, Dwarf for 4 dwarfs. Almost at 200 population. This is a super high quality army. If he just turns like 1 more flag bearer into damage. Oh, he's got 3 and 3. It's perfect. It's a perfect human army. Here they come. Can the Dark Elves make this work? Yes, I said Dark Elves. I'm funny. Hilarious. Guardian of North, please. Skills. Oh my god, he's not done it still. He's actually picked up something. He's picked up the Mark of Corruption. That's the offensive spell. That doesn't help you stay alive, dude. to teleport out, and Saylock is down to 48 population. What a disaster. Still got 2 points available. We've also picked up Soul Transformation, picked up Debilitating Blow, and Soul Explosion level 2. So it's a good damage build, I'll say. But I think against this, you're gonna want the tanky build. If you put a lot of points into Breath of Vitality, Vampirism, and your sacrifices, you're gonna be able to keep this boy alive and keep doing your sacrifices with spiders, and just tank for days. Guardian Nor would have like 4,000 health, and the Vampirism perk would trigger every time he sacrifices something. But anyway, we've got an engagement going down. So the minutia of the heroes don't matter as much right now. The border fortress is getting surrounded by the champions and right-clicked. Maybe not. Maybe not. The Twisted Ones are a juicy target at only 800 health each. I mean, they're a really potent unit. They can reduce the focus of the enemy hero to 0 by firing 2 volleys at him. But it doesn't look like that is currently an option. Oh, the Guardian Nor is getting so low. Has to chuck his last potion. Doesn't have any healing available. What a game we're seeing here. Come back from Dwarfs of all... Dwarf. I just call him Dwarf. Is great. Not something that is supposed to happen after that start yet. I mean, he went fast tier 3, had no units. Dark Elves were ahead for most of the game. But now that his Death Ball is out, how do you stop it from rolling? Saylock will truly need every tool available to even have a chance. Because the Humies are just not gonna stop. And once you start gaining such an advantage, you just snowball in SpellForce 3. Like, you don't let them rebuild, and you should be good to go. Okay, there's a significant number of Striders though, but their unit model is very big, so the army looks deceivingly large. Whereas it's actually not that big. Slow is getting pretty strong from this chill. Minus 48%. And we're gonna see a meteor land in the middle of all that. Ooh, ooh. Well, that's another base for the humans. And Saylock's kind of choking up, like, there's nothing left, honestly. He's got... Oh! Okay, this is a big reason behind his problems. The Dark Temples are not properly staffed, so he would need to get rid of 1 Iron Mine here to be able to staff these. Because right now there's 1 Drill Sergeant each, which means that the Dark Temple operates at half efficiency. Not that he actually has the need for this many, though. Still has a little bit of iron left, so the production of Striders has not completely stopped. And we still have a respectable army of the man, but a quarter of it is Harvesters. More Silence will be needed to help knock down the enemies. And I actually can't check if they have their upgrade. I mean, I hope they do. I would hope so. It doesn't say it causes a knockdown. So I'm a bit suspicious about it. Or sus, as the kids say these days. Oh, 1 hit. 3 kills. Yeah, basically the champions are just better sleepers. Up to 240 damage with the support of the flag bearers. You could technically just send like 1 or 2 of them to harass workers around an iron mine. If you kill 6 of them with like 1 strike, that's gotta be worth it, surely. Okay, 1 of them dies to take down the base, but I mean the humans gain an iron base, and there's around 120 wood here that we're looking at on the screen. Saylock will never have that back. Starting to see a bunch of spiders, of course. Yeah, he's gonna need them. I would love to see the humans. Oh my god. Okay, I was gonna say teleport back, but No, they're gonna make a play. Go for the main. Take out another iron base. I mean, the humans can totally sacrifice this. They mine this out. There's no more iron here. What are the lockups gonna do? Make a wood gathering base? I mean, who cares, right? Love the preemptive cast of the icicles. That's gonna slow down anyone chasing. Of course, we are smart and we can look at the minimap. We know nothing's chasing. Meanwhile, Dwarf is also smart, but he can't see that. Oh, superhero landing! It's a Titan. The Paragon is here, putting the shields on his people. Somebody had to be sacrificed to create this giant, and now he's here to slap Saylok. Good luck surviving this. If there had been a full army, then maybe, but clearly Saylok here has given up. And, you know, the Basilisk would be a good solution, right? If you have several Basilisks, this guy only has 40 siege resistance, even with the Flag Bearer's enhancement. By the way, yes, the Flag Bearer, both offensively and defensively, works on this. But yeah, you reduce the armor, you use Basilisks to siege him down, and he will go down eventually. Very, very good stuff. Great game by both players. This is an earlier replay from Saylok. Like, he just started a few months ago, and he sent this like two weeks ago, something like that. I just haven't had time to get around to do this. But yeah, he's showing great improvement, and since this, I can tell you, he's gotten significantly better. So, future replays that Saylok sends, I think he might just kick butt and chew bubblegum. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on your way out and maybe subscribe. I will see you in the Discord. Send me a replay. I'll cast your game too. Peace.